Hi everybody, thanks for joining us. We are broadcasting live from Children's Optical Shop. It's here on the third floor of Children's Specialty Pediatric Center, and we are 2 weeks away from the 4th of July. That is kind of crazy to think about, but we've got some ways we want to share that you can keep your children safe and injury-free this holiday, and we've got some cool eyewear to show off. So I am here today with Rachel Smith. Dr. Rachel Smith is an optometrist with Children's, and Jamie McCurgy is the manager of our trauma program. Thank you guys for being here. Dr. Smith, with 4th of July coming up, when we don't have protective eyewear like this and you're around fireworks, what kind of damage can be done to the eye?
Right, so there's a lot of different things that can happen to the eye. So if you think of the eyeball itself, anything can happen from the front to the back of the eye. A lot of fireworks have projectiles that come off of them, whether it be sparklers or anything that has pieces, debris that may fly off, whether it's intentional or not, and that can get lodged in the front part of the eye here, this clear window, the cornea. Can cause a lot of eye pain, a lot of eye discomfort, and a lot of issues with infections. So that's something we want to make sure we protect. The more drastic, dramatic concerns that we have is if you have a penetrating injury to the entire globe itself. And those do happen, unfortunately, but you can actually lose the eye if those do occur. So that's why having protective eyewear is so important to protecting that structure from having damage.
So tell us about these guys, how they're going to help, and how people can access them, these children's safety glasses.
Yeah, so what's great about these safety glasses, any safety glasses you can get from Lowe's, Home Depot, like any of your major hardware stores. What you want to make sure you have is a material called polycarbonate. So that's what these are made out of. It's impact resistant, which is huge, okay? So it's impact resistant. It's also ultraviolet protective. So when you're mowing the grass or doing things outside of fireworks too, it just helps protect your eyes from ultraviolet damage and from that debris that we talked about. What's great about these frames that we have here, the ones that you find in hardware stores are a uniform size, and they do tend to be fitted or sized more for adults with larger heads.
Right.
So what's nice about these children's ones, they're more versatile for pediatric patients, for your kiddos, but adults can wear them. They're a pretty standard
flexible
size. Yeah.
Right. So you can buy these in the optical shop where we are right now for $10.
$10,
right?
Yes, and we have all the proceeds going towards children injury prevention.
Injury prevention. So, Jamie, that's where you come in with injury prevention. This time of year, obviously, we want to protect our eyes, but year-round, there's probably some good ways that we can prevent injuries. So what are some other uses for these?
Yeah, absolutely. Like Dr. Smith said, I mean, these are great for kids going out in the yard. If, dad is mowing and you have some older kids that are mowing, you can protect your eyes with these. Flying debris, even things like painting, and if you're finishing your basement and you have powder from the drywall, you can protect your eyes really easily. I've worn these. I know people who go on bike rides and protect their eyes from the mosquitoes at dusk. So there's a lot of different uses for them throughout the year too.
Right, year round. So they're $10 at the optical shop. Talk about the proceeds and where they go.
Right, so this is so amazing. The proceeds are going to go funneled right back into the injury prevention program, which allows us to not only continue the services that we do, the educational activities that we do for the community, like with child passenger safety or with bike and pedestrian safety, it allows us to focus on new initiatives like this one. This one we just started last year for the first time, and we get to do it again this year. So it allows us to keep funneling that funding through and think of new ways to help keep children safe.
So 2 weeks away from the 4th of July. Safety tips. Every year we want to just reinforce them. I mean, a lot of it's common sense, but if you could just refresh us.
Sure, there's a lot of safety tips out there. I think first and foremost, the best way to be safe around the 4th of July and fireworks is to always attend a professional show.
Sure.
But if you are interested in hanging out with the neighbors and having a neighborhood fireworks show, just remember you want to keep your little ones away from fireworks. They're little, they're unpredictable. Fireworks are unpredictable. You want to keep them back and let the adults kind of supervise those older children if you do allow those kids to light fireworks. One of the things we always recommend is to have a bucket of water really nearby, or even have a fire extinguisher. You just never know when flying debris can come out and land on somebody or light something else on fire, so you want to have water available just to extinguish that really quickly. Always want to make sure too that you're not wearing loose clothing or having your hair hang down. It's really easy to catch fire. So also want to cover your feet, make sure you're wearing closed-toe shoes, and then of course have your protective
safety glasses. And I see we have some sparklers here. Do you have any tips around these
Yeah,
guys?
so sparklers, so a lot of the injuries that we see, the most common injury is burns. We usually see them to the hands, we should see them to the face, to the eyes, to the ears, and those types of things. Sparklers are one of the common fireworks we use. These can burn, they can burn up pretty hot, over 1,000 degrees, which can melt some metals at some point.
And it's crazy because you think of sparklers as like kind of, low impact fireworks, but yet there's a lot of danger.
Right, there's a lot of dangerous, and they're so dangerous to littler kids because they have shorter arms, and they don't think about things the same way we do. They don't think about them hurting because they are so pretty. We don't think about them as fire. So they're pretty, they're neat, but keep these away from your little ones.
Yeah, those are good tips. So Dr. Smith, if you could just refresh people on where the optical shop is and how long can people buy these for, starting when, and we want them to come on and take advantage.
So we're located on the 3rd floor of the Specialty Pediatric Clinic on Dodge Street. We have them available now. So anytime you're free to come in, our optical is open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And then we intend to have them year round. So
yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal. So making sure you've got them for summer when people are active, people are outdoors, but then if you need them year round, they'll be available as well.
Yeah, and again, you had said they're really kid size, but they're pretty flexible. I figured we'd put some on. We've got the nice children's branded. Okay, now they're joining me in solidarity. They're putting theirs on too. I appreciate that. That's kind of you. But you can see they fit adults too. And check this out. Okay, so Jamie's got the black. I think I'm wearing the purple. You've got some green. Nice. So bring your kid in. You can pick out their favorite color. That might entice them to think they're kind of cool or something.
Yeah.
So, and then I know you had used this phrase with me when we were talking about this earlier about this is just about promoting a culture of safety. Can you just explain why this is important to our organization? It's about more than glasses. It's about the glasses, but it's about more than glasses. What's injury prevention, that focus, all about?
So our mission is to improve the life of every child, and that means whether it's in the hospital here and outside of the hospital in the community. So it's important for us as a trauma center to really focus on trying to prevent those injuries that bring kids into the hospital every single day.
Absolutely. So 2 weeks left. Optical shop's open. Again, it's the 3rd floor of the Specialty Pediatric Center here at 84th and Dodge. We'd love to have you come in. $10. Proceeds going to a great cause, injury prevention. Lots of uses. And lots of peace of mind, hopefully, for families. So thank you guys for watching. Let your friends and family know about this resource available. And as always, you can find us online at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at childrensomaha.org.